Today you're learning about student-led conferences. I hope that you see that a student-led conference really is a Common Core practice. It gives students the opportunity to be more responsible and accountable for the work that they produce during their school year. In this video, you will hear from a teacher, parents, and students about the benefits of student-led conferences. I hope you enjoy.
A student-led conference is when the students throughout the year collect pieces of evidence of assignments from throughout the year from different content areas. And then when they compile it, they take it and they bring their parent and they run the presentation. They sit with their parent or their family and they go through the presentation, running it and presenting the work and the evidence that they have collected that shows their progress, shows their strengths, shows their weaknesses, and they need to be able to talk about that, not just say here's a piece of work, but to say this is what I learned from this, this is the habit or the skill that I learned, and this is my strength in it, and this is also maybe something I need to improve. And when the student can speak to that, it's a really powerful experience for not just the student but also the family, because then they know better how to support the student and they know better. It's like a little window into the life of the student, the academic life of the student, and they can then help the student to build on their successes and to, help them, support them to improve the things they may be struggling with.
So the advantages of a student-led conference are that they give the students an opportunity to create a portfolio where they get to organize their work and explain it to their parents in a very succinct and organized way.
Art things. So this is a rough draft of one of the of a letter that I wrote. It's only the rough draft because the other one we actually got sent. But it was a rough draft just based on we were about Edgar Allan Poe. We were writing like a proposal to, he read that. It was like,
through student-led conferences, every single parent has an opportunity to have a conference with their son or daughter. Conferences can even be conducted in the student's home language if that's what they feel more comfortable doing.
El último trabajo que hicimos el semestre pasado, que comparamos un objeto con un poder de España, de Rusia, alguien que era...
The student-led conference puts the student at center stage. They have the opportunity to explain what they've been doing, describe what they've learned, and also to explain what they need to improve upon. Student-led conferences decrease the anxiety that many parents feel when they come to school to have a parent-teacher conference. And finally, it gives parents and students an opportunity to have a very authentic discussion about what's happening at school.
I feel that a student-led conference is the opportunity a student gets to have a personal discussion with their parents about the work that they're doing in school. It's the opportunity for them to discuss how they feel about what they're doing and how they feel it's applying to them in their future.
Gathering all your work and doing like reflection sheets about it, and then you're going to show it to your parents just so like they know like what you're doing in school and like what kind of workload you have and like what you're learning and your courses, so they know more about it.
Originally, I think many students, including I, felt that it was going to be very difficult, but after spending time on it and practicing it and actually completing it, it's not hard at all.
The student-led conference, it wasn't really difficult, but it wasn't like really easy as well. It was kind of like, it was medium, because I don't remember like a time that like I talked to my mom like this long about school, so it was okay, just like showing her what I have to show her like work in school. So yeah.
It allows me to let my parents know what's going on, to let them help me if I need anything. So it lets them to help me improve and do overall better in class.
Oh, it exceeds my expectation because this is totally new to me. Since we came from the Philippines and this is only our second year, the curriculum is really different from the Philippine setting to here in the States, especially here in Olympia.
It was good. It was nice to see what she's been working on. While at home, we've seen her doing her studies and her homework, and a lot of the things that she showed us in her package here, we actually saw her doing at home. So it was nice to see how it came all together and understand what she's actually trying to accomplish in her classes.
More at school, like I always know he's doing homework, but it's fun to like look at his things and actually see what he has been working on and to see his finished projects. I usually don't see the finished things. I see him working on stuff, but I usually don't get to see the finished.
It was interesting. At the beginning of the semester, we attended some of the parent meetings, which was we were told what the school was trying to accomplish with respect to preparing them for college. And they used a lot of philosophies and a lot of big words that are not common in my vocabulary, showing that there was a plan. And it was interesting to see her actually pull that together and show that she's actually executing the plan that was advertised at the beginning of the semester.
It's fun to have him tell me what's going on, because then I think it makes him more excited about it. Like he just seems to be proud of himself for the things he's done and showing me, which is kind of nice to see.
It's difficult to be asking my daughter what she's working on at home. I can do it a few times, but if you do it too many times as a parent, sometimes it sounds like you're nagging and you're trying to get involved in their business, and sometimes they don't always want that or appreciate that. So actually being able to observe from a distance, and at home we'd answer questions, but actually seeing her put this all together, I can see that she's making progress. I can see it all being pulled together.
The complete package, yes.
It helps because now I know things I can ask him about, like what are you doing at school? I can ask him a little more specific of questions.
It's also a way for parents to get more comfortable just coming on the school campus. And, you know, it's amazing. The kids get to be proud of that little moment. And I often have had parents say to me, I didn't know my student was doing achieving such difficult work. I didn't know that my student was doing so much work. Or I didn't know, if they look at their writing, they don't realize how the student's mind is maturing and how they're grappling with really tough issues. And so this is an opportunity for that. And I think it's like a celebration of what they are doing right. You know, even if there's a little missing here and there, it's not that big a deal. You know, it's to see what they've done right and what they're achieving. And then I think it is really important to have one person who's kind of the point person in the school that everybody asks, that can make the final decision. Like, what are the hours we're going to do it, and who's going to be there to help pass out the portfolios and that kind of thing. I think that's a critical piece, is you have to kind of have a point person that will organize the whole thing and kind of do a little cheerleading about it. From the outside looking in, it may seem daunting or difficult to do, but it's really not. It's really quite simple to do. I'm surprised more schools don't do it. Well, the first thing to do is just commit to it and say to everybody, we're doing this, we're going to stumble along the way, but we'll learn each year and we'll build on what we've learned each year. You just have to say, these are the dates we're going to do it, and you just have to go for it.
You just have seen some concrete examples of how student-led conferences work. We hope that you see the benefit of implementing a student-led conference at your school site, and now you have the tools to get started. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it will make a big difference at your school site. We wish you the best.